No, take your time. That's fine. Just take your time. Oh, ran aground. The ground here is definitely not ground you want to get out and walk on. I mean, it is a bog. Some bees here too that keep harassing me. They just keep buzzing around me. So I'm going to get in the kayak or the canoe and get out of here. That's fine. Just take your time. You guys got me outnumbered. My leg's hurting. I'm running out of water. This place is pretty desperate. Battery, but I'm in some of the choppiest conditions I've kayaked in. Just out of nowhere, this squall picked up out of the southeast. I can't even track north. Waves are not. But, oh man, it's shallow. The canoe will float now without me, I think. Well, for a little bit. I'm in a terrible situation here. That's my pants. The suction pulled right off me along with both my boots. Plus I've run aground. And I've probably got a deadly infection in my foot. And I'm a little bit lost, but take your sweet time. You're showing me how deep the water is. This is terrible. In fact, okay, I'm getting one of these boots, that's for sure. It's still attached to my pants. Maybe they both are. I'm not sure. It's mud, it's all mud in here. There's no rock. There's shells. When I was walking along, I was just crunching on thousands of like ancient freshwater clam shells. I wonder if they're ones Indians ate. Oh, there's an alligator right in front of the bow of the canoe. I'm about to go over. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I don't know if I caught that on camera, but he was right there on the bow. And there are, I don't know if you can see them, but there are love bugs everywhere. They are just swarming me. You can see them against the clouds, but I must say I'm thinking of turning back at this point. I want to retrace some of those routes that I covered. I'm kind of getting overheated. Water. I see the elusive wild pig. So I slammed on the brakes, jumped out, put 2 shells in the shotgun, and came in here. As I'm coming in, a thorn bush hits my throat and gets stuck in right in my Adam's apple. So I had to sit there and wrestle with that thing to get it undone.
We'll throw Jacob on. Jacob's good, but shut up.
Dust on it.
Get out there.
And I could hear the thing running off, crushing into the brush. And by the time I got back in there, he was gone, or she was gone. Nice looking pig though. I was hoping it'd come back, but I've been in there for about 10 minutes looking, and I'm just going to keep driving. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I came right out of my boots, right up through my pants. And I've got 2 very mud-soaked boots, but very happy to have them back because I'm almost certainly going to have to wait again. Having these on is, even though they're full of nasty bacteria and stuff, it's going to be better than what I would have had to have done, which is do this barefoot or in my flip-flops. This is a pygmy rattlesnake my new friend Scott caught with his hands. We reached down and picked it up like he was grabbing a grasshopper. That's a pygmy rattlesnake on the back of my car.
He said, woo! There it goes! Look at him go.
Come on, you stinker. If I go this way, yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what it looks like when it came up. Oh. Alright, I get these in the boat. I'm going to wash my foot off with some of my fresh water and I'm going to call it a day. I got to go home and clean this, get some antibiotics in me. Oh boy. The kind of stuff that's in here though, I mean, it's not your run-of-the-mill bacteria. It's shit that can fuck you up. Those are damn bear tracks. This is how we hunt in Florida. Alright, well here I am in position. If I get eaten by a bear, I love you, and thanks for everything. I think I should be alright, but I must admit that freaked me out a little bit after that woman getting her face ripped off in Orlando. Oh well, I carried my pistol on my hip the first 3 days I was out here. And today, I left it locked in the trunk because I just wanted to cut down on weight. And I come across doggone bear tracks. Wonderful. Good morning. Let me get out of the rain. I just thought I'd say hello in case I'm eaten by a bear. You'll have this to play at my funeral. Bye. Gotta open up here. So there are hogs in Tosahatchee.
Plenty of them, believe me.
I walked all the way from the mud canal. Nice shot. So anyway, if I don't have heat stroke, I'll make it back, but I feel pretty weak. That sort of looks like an alligator nest. Walk past that. It's 7:08 a.m. I've been sitting right here on this road since 5:40. I pulled in at 5:30 and it took me 10 minutes to ride the bike to right here. I see some pigs over here. I can barely make out their silhouette. It was pitch black. It's just sunrise right now.
It's okay.
And so I just lay the bike down. They run into the bushes, but I wait. Then 2 of them, or 3 of them, start to come up and they sniff me, and the one snorts and wheezes, and they all bolt back into the brush. Then I sit down again. My heart's beating like crazy. I wait right here. I hide the bike down here across the berm because they're all in here, and there's still some in here. I hear them crunching around. And when I was leaving the boat ramp, my boot got stuck. And I was like, oh no. So my left foot came free and I got it in the canoe. My right foot's still over the side of the canoe. I'm at this weird angle trying to wrestle my boot out. And I actually I'm so glad no one was watching. I must have looked like an idiot. But I just wait, and two more come out. I can see their silhouettes, still pitch black, and they run across the road right here. I start to draw my bow. I come down. They're right down here, running down this hill. And I just hesitate because I can't see the sights, and I just watch them go by. I should have just taken the chance and let one fly, but wow, that was really exciting. They were as big as bears. I mean, these things were like 250, 300 pounds apiece. They were standing waist high. They were big pigs. That was kind of scary too. All right, it's the 27th of August, 2018, Monday. I'm at the Indian Field Campground. There's where the water begins. I've just dragged the canoe about 250, 300 yards. That's where I came from. And the last time I was in here, there was plenty of water in that canal to float me. I had to drag the canoe through this grass. I'm in an area called the Jane Green Swamp, named after a dead 1870s, I think, prostitute. And it's one of the eeriest places I've ever been. You expect to see like some dead Confederate soldiers come walking through the mist. But fortunately I have Pop-Tarts, so I'm not too worried. And this is an area up here where, heck, I'm going to do some hunting. I'm going to load the rifle and find a spot to sit on the bank and eat my lunch. And if a pig comes out, I'm going to shoot it. Yeah, there were so many alligators the last like 500-600 yards. I was going to stop and video there, but I was like, man, I don't even want to pull over there. So I probably have, you know, some 15-footer right underneath me right now. So I'm going to keep going. But it's getting more woodsy. I mean, I'm bound to find some dry ground. But always check the weather before you go out on a canoe into the wilderness. That's my number one rule from now on. I don't know if it'll come out, but that is such a perfect rainbow over Sweetwater Canal on September 1st, 2018. Look at that. Okay. Look at this thing. Look at this bass. It's at least 5 pounds, more like 6 or 7 pounds. Look at this. I don't dare let go of it, but I want to measure it. It's at least 22 inches long. Look at my foot next to it. This bass is huge. You're a good dog, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There's 6 ducks in the top of that tree. One shot would kill all 6 of them. I got some hunter's dog in the back of my car. It was just wandering around lost and really wanted to get in the car with me and looked super thin. I'd heard they had a few dogs get lost in here. So I called the number on the tag. I left a message, then I called the office at Tosahatchee and they said, well, if it's a single dog with no tracking collar, bring it up to the office. If the guy's in here, he's got to come by. We've got food and water and everything here. So I'm bringing the dog. The dog jumped in the car with me and I'm taking it up to the office. I hope I'm not doing the wrong thing, but another guy pulled up and he recommended I do that too. He's like, if the dog wouldn't get near him for some reason, it would only come over to me. Hi, it's 7:42 a.m. on the 19th of April 2019, and I launched at 7:26 a.m., so just what, 16 minutes ago. And I just saw my second deer from the canoe, a big doe, and she was right here, silhouetted by the sunrise. It was so beautiful. I just took off from the end of Powerline Road at Tosahatchee. I've already seen 4 alligators. See one right up here. And I figured I'd just videotape as I went along. There's alligators everywhere. And I'm heading up to Alligator Beach. I just put in the water 60 seconds ago. So here I go. But if I can sneak up on deer twice like that, I should see some pigs. They come down to the water's edge too. But here's where I'm going. I ran aground a couple times already. It's pretty shallow. Now that I'm in the creek, it's deeper, but that bay just south of 46 is like 8 inches deep. Had to get the wood paddle out several times and push myself off. I was going to fish in here a little bit, but I think there's a high saltwater content in this, so I don't know if there's bass in here. And I don't know. There's a lot of fish moving, but it's might be saltwater fish. I don't know. It must be bass. But either way, Salt Lake is like a third as salty as the ocean, so I don't know if there's any bass in there, and I'm almost down to Salt Lake. Here's a huge snake in a tree. Just like they say how snakes in Florida get in trees. I'm going to get close to it. I don't think it's a venomous snake. I think it's a Florida corn snake. But this thing is big. But I don't want it getting in my boat. Look at that thing. It's about 4 foot long. Yeah, orange with brown stripes that run the entire length. 3 brown stripes. Well, I'm seeing lots of raccoon tracks and some others that may be otter, but they're definitely not pig. Here's a whole line of them. These are fresh. These are probably those raccoons I just saw. Oh boy, this is not looking good up here. Maybe I can push through. Like I said, let me find a pig track. Or, oh man, get into some quicksand. Let me find a pig track. Or a wallow. What's this right here? This is odd looking. Not sure what made that. Maybe an alligator? Oh, he's got a fish in his mouth. Look at that. He's got a fish. I did see some alligator slides on the creek that leads from Lake Florence out to the Lake Poinsett. I saw where alligators had crawled up on the bank and crawled back through the oily mud. It was definitely alligator tracks. But look at this, these are game trails. Oh, these are game trails right here. Some pretty flowers in there. Some woods right there. Look at that. If you were a pig, wouldn't you want to live in here? Left and right fork here. I want to stay to the right if there's enough water. I'm going back to the single blade. This pig hunting would be a lot more fun if the pigs would participate. Here's some guys hunting dogs. They're just running around trying to pick up scents. Hey guys. Hi. Maybe they'll spook one out for me. I already had 2 in there, so I'm putting in my 3rd shell. Safety's on. Something I want to be careful about hunting in a canoe, you never want to put your shotgun down in the canoe with the safety off, because if that thing was to shoot fire, it wouldn't shoot you. It would blow a big hole in your canoe, which would immediately sink it. I mean, within 30 seconds, you'd be paddling, dog paddling out here, and there is no, at Three Forks, there is no land. I mean, there's a few rows of trees where you might be able to hang on to a tree. I'm staking out this trail, and I hear this snorting and grunting, and I look right here, right in this brush, right through here, and I see all this brush depressing and moving down. I said, there's something big in there. Well, it was a big hog that these dogs were chasing. I was going to shoot it, but I never could see it. I could just see the brush and I could hear it. I mean, the thing was, it was 20 feet from me, 25 feet at the most. It was right there. And I was hoping it broke out on the trail and I was going to shoot their pig and claim it as mine. But the thing never came out. Now they're all on hot pursuit, and about a minute or two later, hey puppy, the dog right there, he keeps wandering around. But the thing came so close to me, and about a minute or 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes later, a dog came chasing through the brush too, so it was on its trail. They may have even caught it by now, but it gives me a perspective of how close those pigs can be. It seemed like a pretty good pig. It was moving a lot of brush and making a lot of noise. I was actually getting kind of nervous, like if it tore out of there, maybe it was already shot or something, it would see me and attack me. So I had the safety off and was ready to go. Well, it's pouring rain, but I have found an area that is like Valley of the Wild Pigs. It is really piggish looking. There's diggings everywhere, tracks everywhere. You've got to walk 4 miles to get in here. I walked for an hour and 30 minutes to get into this place. It's 7:12 a.m. on the 21st of September 2018. And I just made a video about 15 minutes ago as I left the boat ramp, but I had to videotape this sunrise. It's really beautiful. And I'm already down to the area I start hunting at. And on the way in, I took the little airboat trail that runs just east of the main canal off of the boat ramp, and I saw 5 moorhens as I was paddling down. I've never seen that many, so it should be a good day. Bugs are pretty bad this morning, but look around here. Isn't this beautiful? Thunderstorm just passed. It's going to be one heck of a great day. Just me, the edge of the world, and the moorhens. So now I'm looking at what I have not yet experienced in this canoe. This is my 5th trip out, and I have not been caught in a thunderstorm. And I'm a little worried because there's no place for me to get shelter. I'm just going to have to ride it out. I've got rain gear and stuff, but you hear that? And it's been moving from the beach like this way for an hour. It's like it's coming right at me. It just, you look over here, it's pretty clear. Pretty clear. This thing has just been moving steadily westward, like it's determined to hit me. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I just had one of the most harrowing experiences of my life. You hear that? I just rode out a thunderstorm that began when I was at the northern end of Lake Washington and I needed cover. So I paddled as hard as I could, like probably a quarter mile, and found this airboat trail and came up it. I probably paddled a mile up this thing, or 6/7 of a mile in like 5 minutes. I was so scared. There's an alligator right there, pretty good sized one. Lightning was just crashing all around me. I mean, crashing all around me. Thunder as loud as explosions. That's probably an 8-footer. There's one right there. Just came up. And I'm right at the edge of these woods. But I can't go any further. It's too shallow for the canoe. But if I could go another 150 yards, 100 yards, I'd be at the edge of those woods. That guy there. One right down there. They're all over the place. But I put everything, just as the rain started, I took off my handgun and I took my phone, everything I put in the 2 packs. Then I pulled out my rain gear, which I'm wearing now, on the top, put the hood up, and it was just pouring. Picture as hard of rain as you can imagine. Just when you're looking outside and going, gosh, I'm glad I don't have to go out in that. And it's just pouring. That's what it was doing on me. And I'm still not out of it, but the rain's finally stopped. I had to bail the canoe out with, the canoe has still got a ton of water, but I'm using my towel and just dredging it. All right, right off the bow of the canoe, I have a huge thunderstorm. And then just to the east-southeast of the canoe, I have a huge thunderstorm. I have lightning busting up in front of me and behind me. But I have not seen hide nor hair of a pig. It's small game season in here. I figured if I see a squirrel, maybe I'll just shoot it so I can say I shot something. But I haven't seen a squirrel. I saw a dead armadillo, that something had eaten everything but the shell. That's what's left of a raccoon. A bobcat or something got a raccoon right there. Ate everything but the tip of its tail and some of the fur. Look at all those wild turkeys. Gobble, 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 gobble. No, take your time. That's fine. Just take your time.